Hey guys, what's up? I'm bringing you another deck profile today. Today I'm bringing you my Monarch deck. It's running with the Frog engine in it. It gives, I believe, the deck the most consistency, and not having to worry about using trap cards, and just so you can always bring out your Treeborn and everything. Really helps the deck along. It's a pretty good deck. I've been running it for a while. Ever since I've, probably a couple of years ago when the Frog started coming out, I learned how to use the engine, and Ronin Totem came out and everything. Then I really started to use Monarchs more. I will be making a video about the Frog engine and what kind of decks to use with it and everything. But for right now, let's talk about the Monarchs. So the deck, this is 2 Exodius, 1 Tragodia, 1 Light and Darkness Dragon, 1 Gores, 2 Jinzo, which is actually just a card I like to put in, but I'll talk about that in a second. 2 Caius, 3 Ryza, 3 Swap Frogs, 1 Flip Flop, 3 Ronin Totem, 2 Dupe Frogs, 2 Treeborn, 3 Battle Faders for the monsters. Then 1 Heavy, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Pot of Avarice, 1 Soul Exchange, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 Pot of Dualities, 3 Mystical Space, 2 Forbidden Lands, 2 Strengths, and 2 My Body as a Shield. Now, since we're running the Frog engine, we don't want any cards to be in our back row, so we can always get out our Treeborn Frog. Treeborn Frog you want to always have out because it's going to be that one card that you always have in the field. And so pretty much the way a Frog engine works is you have Swap Frog and another Frog in your hand, preferably Ronin Totem. You drop Ronin Totem to special summon your Swap Frog. Then you use Swap Frog's effect to dump a Treeborn into the graveyard. Then you can either do 2 things. One, you sacrifice your Swap Frog to get to bring out one of your Monarchs, or you use Ronin Totem's effect, which lets you banish a frog monster in your graveyard, so you can special summon Ronin Totem. You can do that with either the Treeborn that you just dumped, which isn't preferred, but if you have 2 Treeborns in your graveyard, you might as well dump one because you can only have one. You can only use one effect. Because you can only have 1 Treeborn Frog up on the field, face up on the field, for its effect to work. Then you special summon those, and usually I will, with the 2 frogs in the field, you can either sacrifice them for something such as Light and Darkness Dragon, or you can exceed into a Gachi Gachi, so you can have that monster on the field. So that's the basic Frog engine. You know, Swap Frog, dump, summon, dump, Ronin Totem, special summon from graveyard, dupe frogs in the deck, so you can get the dupe lock, where if both of them are face up on the field, enemy can attack you. They are also searchers, so that's good if they get destroyed by battle. Flip Flop Frog is, I just wanted another frog in the deck. I didn't want to add another dupe frog or another Treeborn because it's useless at 3. So Flip Flop Frog is in there just in case they have a Synchro or an Exceed I want to get rid of, and he can send as many cards back as face-up frogs you got as possible. Now, the reason I like the Swap Frogs with Monarchs is because since you're gonna constantly need sacrifices to tribute summon for the Monarchs. Frogs can constantly always come back from the graveyard with Ronin Totem and Treeborn. Treeborn, you get a free monster every turn as long as you're on back row. And since you're playing no traps, you're gonna have your back rows. And Swap Frog is used with Monarchs to the next turn you can select one monster on the field, another Monarch, since their effects only activate when they're tribute summoned. Bring them back to your hand, sacrifice again, maybe another Treeborn, to summon them and use it as effect again. So that's why I like the Frog engine. We run 2 Exodius because since we're going to be dumping a lot of cards into our graveyard, and the only way to get monsters from the graveyard back to the deck is Pot of Avarice right now. Exodius is a good way just to shuffle up the cards, get what you need back in your deck, and he's a special summon. I've been able to summon both Exodius in a turn, and that's why I run Gustav Max. I've been able to win games with Gustav, and it's really surprising because I didn't believe I added him just because I had 2 Exodius, and I didn't think I'd be able to get them out at the same time, so I added them just in case, and I've been noticing I've been able to get both Exodiuses out at the same time and summon Gustav Max and go for game with him. It's surprising actually because I just put him in there because it's a good shuffle and an easy special summon, so that's why he's in there, and it's interesting that I got to stay. Tragonia is another level 10 for Gustav Max, but really it's another safe hand card just in case they go for your life points, because sometimes you can't get dead draws with Monarchs. Light and Darkness Dragon, I put it in because I read in the forums that it's a pretty good card, and when I started playing them, I've noticed they're good, but I didn't like playing 2 because I kept drawing them when I didn't have any monsters to sacrifice. So I'm running 1 just so they have to clear out resources, and it's a good card just to throw down and keep attacking and save your cards in your hand. Don't waste anything because it's going to negate it. So it's good to save up the cards in your hand, get card advantage while your opponent is wasting resources just to get rid of Light and Darkness Dragon. Gores is another card that's just a safe card to have in your hand, easy special summon just in case they attack. Jinzo. Now, with Jinzo, I run 2 Jinzos because since we're playing no traps, we're going to want to get rid of their traps. Now, I've put Jinzo in the deck more as a tech card for myself because I've always liked Jinzo. He's a little less powerful than he was in the old days because of things like warning and stuff like that now. But I still like Jinzo. He can really come in handy with those trap heavy decks. But now I don't run Mobius in the main deck. I run 2 Mobiuses in the side deck. If your opponent is running lots of magic cards, like face-up magic cards, like you got continuous traps such as things like what's it called, 6 Sams, they can really be a thing. There's no point of having a Jinzo. Or if they're playing field cards like a Madolche deck or something, or what's the other one, Crystal Beast or something, Mobius can be good, so switch them out if you're having trouble using Jinzo to its full effectiveness. 2 Caius, 3rds in the side deck just in case. He's always good and easy to banish. Ryza at 3, no matter what, he's a staple. You always want to send back. With the amount of exceeds and synchros there are nowadays, Ryza can be really good. Things like Stardust's or Zen Mighty, one of them. They can really just come and damper with them, and there's no way to really destroy them unless you have a way to send them back. And since you're not running any traps and you can't run Compulse, you're gonna want to run Ryza. And then you got your frogs. Fader, another card just to have. You're gonna get the special summon. That's why you don't run a Scarecrow, because that way you can have the special summon to sacrifice the summon. Okay? Heavy, Dark Hole, Pot of Avarice, Monster Reborn. They're all just cards you're gonna need staples. Soul Exchange, just in case they have something you can't get over and you want to sacrifice the summon and they pop 2 of their cards while you're at it. Something like Soul Exchange, their Exceed monster for a Caius to activate its effect to pop a back row or something like that, so you could get a +1 off of it. Even though you can't attack, it's fine. Usually that can be done maybe a first turn. If your opponent goes first, it's a good way to wipe out their cards right away. 2 Pot of Dualities, you can't get dead draws. The special summoning you're really doing is early on. You know, remember, if you do your standby phase to summon Treeborn, you're not going to be able to use Pot of Duality, so I'm using it only when you got dead draws and you're not really summoning anymore because you already have the field advantage with your Monarchs. 3 MST, just in case they're running those magic cards you can't get over, or there's something you just cannot get over. 3 MST is really good for this deck. 2 Forbidden Lance, really to lower their attack or avoid your cards from getting destroyed. Another good one. Shrink, whenever they come at you with a really big monster, you know you're not going to be able to defeat it because all the Monarchs are pretty much 2400. You're going to want to use Shrink. I always like Shrink. My Body as a Shield is pretty much, these are pretty much magic traps that are going to save your monsters. My Body as a Shield just in case they play a Dark Hole or something and you can't get over it and just play that. Or a Torrential Tribute. The extra deck is pretty much any level 6 exceeds that you can make, you know, Photon Strike, Bouncer, Injector, Exhibito, and Gush, stuff like that. Now the side deck is all up to preference, you know, but put those 2 Mobiuses in your side deck and put a Caius, the extra Caius, and I believe that's it. Let's see. Let's check my notes really quick. Things to look out for: Zombie World decks, Gravekeepers. They're gonna lock down your graveyard, prevent you from special summoning. Archlord Christia, Fossil Dyna, and DD Crow, and things like that. Things that can summon more. But that's all the time I got today, guys. So rate, comment, subscribe, like as always, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.